ready, brother.
No secrets here.
You got Nick Sirianni going on. We got stuff to do,
Nick got
buddy.
pushed back. So
you got to clap your hands to do. We
Yeah.
got stuff to do here. Is it Jack coming in? Is it James?
all of us.
The whole crew.
Big three,
The holy trio, the holy
Once a
trinity.
month, yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm sure people are really excited for Sixers talk. So
Yeah. They're fun.
fun is the word. All right. Hey, hello. It is the Go Birds podcast presented by the Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app. You love to play, you play to win, you bet. Bet Parks. Ooh, Jinx. My daughter, Zoe's super into jinxing.
Jinxing is underrated.
It is.
Yeah.
It was funny, though, because I jinxed her the other day. I knew she was going to say yes something, and I was like, yes, jinx. And she was like,
wow.
no. Yeah.
It's a life-changing moment.
Yeah, I was pretty excited.
I mean, when you say, now I did it intentionally, I think you should only be allowed to jinx if it's coincidental.
No. Because
I don't think you
what's
should
the heart of it.
intentionally
If
jinx.
you are smart enough or planning
Yeah, that
enough
just feels
to guess-
disingenuous.
See, it's if it's something that you know the exact words I'm going to say, but if you guess it, if I'm like, oh, I bet you she's going to say yes right now. Like,
Right.
that's
I
pretty
get that
impressive.
you could do it. Like,
I
I
get
could do it there. I just think it loses the heart of it. Like, the fun part of jinxing is like, whoa, we said the same thing. It's not I caught you.
I agree. It's a best case, but
Yeah.
still, it is fun if you can guess.
Yeah, I mean,
the
if you haven't
word.
jinxed someone in a while, I get cheating the system.
Yeah,
to do it.
go
But
for
I'm
it.
saying,
you know, have
in
some
general.
fun with it.
By the way, we had someone reach out about my idea about the plane.
What
So
is
for
it?
those that missed it, I said
Yes, if you missed it.
the next step in aviation
Yes, the next step in
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of years
is shooting like a pod up in the air that then goes into the plane, right? And someone made a good point. We do it with space shuttles.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know there's a difference because those like
because the atmosphere.
levitate.
Yeah.
Well, but in theory, it should be
Yeah.
easier.
Bit of a
It's,
different- no.
why? But
there's-
it's lower down.
Because there's
the plane
gravity, man.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like you'd have to time it perfectly. I agree with you. I'm not saying it'd be easy.
No, I'm not saying like you said the next evolution in plane travel.
Well, what would the other evolution be?
But this is hundreds of years.
No, I don't think we're
My
hundreds of
point is
years.
there are multiple evolutions prior to that. I mean, the pod itself is this for a pod that we could
Right.
shoot up into the air. That in and of itself would be this
Well, but
massive
put it
jump
this way.
in travel in
Hold on.
human whatever.
let me ask you this. If the world was going to end.
I mean, we can't to the point we can't even levitate
well, hold
those
on.
planes yet.
If the world was going to end, if within the next month we couldn't figure out a way to do it, we'd be able to do it. It's about mass. It's about doing it on a large scale. That's the tough part.
Like the
my
point
technology is
you're
there.
leaping over. No, it's not. First of all, technology is not there. Second of all,
I'm sure it could be.
you are.
within days.
Yeah, sure, it could be.
Yeah.
You're leaping over. My point is like a plane being able to just take off and go straight up. That would be a monumental leap in aviation.
Well, no, it doesn't have to go straight up. It has to.
My point is the levitating
Oh,
part
yeah, I see what you're
alone
saying.
would
Yeah,
would happen before the. I'm saying there are all these milestones of big jumps in aviation or whatever that would have to happen just to get to your point that you say is the next big
Well,
jump.
but we already have planes that levitate.
Not commercial,
Not large
airliners.
ones, right. So
but
we have
that's a jump. That's a
It's
leap.
a jump, right? Obviously, there's minor jumps they can make.
No,
I'm
that's a
saying that-
massive leap.
I'm saying the next
imagine not
big
even
jump.
to take off. You don't need runways anymore to take
Well, that
off.
would be a next big one.
That's got to happen before your idea where you can stop in the middle of the air, have a pod, shut up.
We'll find
and
out.
How about being able to open a door on a flight? That's something you're going to have to
Well, there's
figure
no
out.
reason you'd have to do that. You would put the pod up.
Okay, so what kind of technology is there that the pod can connect
I'm
to
not
the
an
plane and
aviation specialist.
create a airtight seal through which people can breathe and walk through and not get sucked out of the I mean, this is the nonsensical
You're
thing right
envisioning
now.
it like the pod, and we can move on. But
No, I don't
you're
ever wanna move
envisioning
on.
where
This
the
is far
pod
more
is like
interesting.
shooting up into like row 24F. Like the pod could be at the
No,
back of the plane
I
with
don't
like
no, I'm not. I'm imagining the pod shooting up and connecting to a plane
Yes,
anywhere
yeah.
on a plane. Like my point is, you still for the person to be able to walk through, it has to be an airtight seal.
Yeah. I think what you would do is there'd be a part of the plane where the pod goes up in. There is a door in between the pod part of the plane and the seating part of the plane. The pod goes up in there. The bottom shuts. At that point, it's air, and then you open it. Like I don't think it's that complicated.
It is.
It would be hard to pull off, but I think the tech, like
We don't even have pods. We don't have like personalized pods.
well,
like,
we
that's
can
not
create
even
pods. Pods aren't.
We
hard to create.
haven't. Why haven't we then? What do
That's
you?
a good question. I don't know what they're doing. Aviation's been the same for years, so like someone's got to do it.
Okay. I mean, this is like.
I'm just saying all great ideas sound crazy at first. It's true. Imagine if I would have said to you 600 years ago, I'm going to invent a plane.
my
You'd be like, we
point-
can't do that. We
my
ride
point-
horses.
No, I get.
Yeah.
That you're not wrong about that. My
Thank
point
you.
is that You're saying the next big leap in it, and you're jumping over like 20 leaps that it takes just to get to that leap. Like there's 20 things. If they were like, we have created a commercial airliner where you can, in midair, 2 planes could cross people. We could have this thing that could connect or whatever.
That's a good idea, actually.
That would be an unbelievable advancement.
That's actually might be a better idea.
Of course, it's way more likely.
Where the
That's
planes,
way more likely than pods shooting up in the air and connecting.
Dude, could you imagine how wild it would be if planes levitated next to each other like a bridge? Like when.
So this is my point.
That might be more practical than.
Of course, it is. That is something that would happen prior to pods shooting in the air, connecting and like individual human bodies.
I don't know. That seems harder to do, but I think it does seem like.
I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will.
The real answer is there's probably not a need to do it.
The real answer
that's like the real like
technology is 100, 500, 1,000 years away from being able to do this.
I think you're underestimating
technology. Jumps quickly.
Yeah, 500 years. I mean, think 500 years ago we didn't have light.
We don't have flying cars. You know what I mean? Like, you think their individuals are going to get into pods, push a little button, it's going to shoot them 30,000 feet in the air. It's crazy.
I'm sorry for believing in humanity. I don't know what you want me to say, but like 500 years is absurd. I think they could probably do it in a month if they invested all their.
Dude.
If they had to save the world.
Are you serious? A month?
Yeah, I think a month.
Oh,
I just don't think they.
Right.
I think they don't want to.
Right, we've reached the.
Yeah. I mean, I think. Well, we can get to the picks.
Okay.
I think we could probably do anything in a month.
Here's what I need. Here's what I need. What's today? November 13th.
Well, obviously, I'm not going to think of the plan.
I know. No, listen.
Okay.
We are 3 weeks away from going to Baltimore. I need anyone who is going on the Baltimore trip, all the real ones, and I hope it's a lot.
And I hope the pilot guy.
I need you to come up and tell Elliot how ridiculously absurd this idea is and how far away it is compared
all
to what
great ideas sound absurd. I don't know what to say.
Practical.
It's not impressive.
Years and years and years down the road.
You're really wrapped up in the timeline of this.
Because you said this is the next great aviation.
Yeah, well, great things don't happen every year. I'm not saying there'll be no advancement.
You just jumped ahead of a million things. And honestly, I don't even know if it could ever happen.
Well, it might not make sense to do. I just think it would be cool.
I don't think technologically speaking it's possible.
The issue is you're catering a lot of technology to help out like a very small amount of people.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's possible to happen though.
Well, I think it could happen. I just don't think it would end up.
I don't think it
sense.
could. I think we are a long time away from technology being at the point where we could do what you want.
You know, it'd be dope if they dropped people out of planes in a pod. Like, so if you were flying from, let's say, Philly to Dallas, but you wanted to get off in Oklahoma City, they're just like, all right, and you like landed safely. That would maybe make more sense.
Well, I think they just give people parachutes.
Yeah, with the bag.
All right, let's dive in.
You're carrying your carry-on as you float.
The world is right again. I mean, ahead of you again in our picks.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw.
You see the picks?
I know. It was a bad
three games.
Got too
all
cocky.
those back and forth.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
This guy right here. So I'm up 2 on the season. But again,
I know my strategy this week.
We are kicking ass, is what is happening here. Like in reality,
last week was a rough one.
Not
even. I think I went 9 and 5.
I went 9 and 5.
Okay.
You went 6 and 8,
not
and
terrible.
that's not even that bad. But for the year, again, we have to pick every game.
Every single one.
You are 78 and 54 on the year.
It's pretty good.
And I'm 80 and 52. Like, if we're a baseball team, we're making the playoffs. Like, that's how good we are right now. This is nuts. So
name another pod that picks every single game.
0.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't do it.
Never been done.
It's only the Parts Picks pod.
Never been done in the history of man.
Yes.
Just like Elliot's pod's idea. All right, let's dive in.
I'm sorry for thinking big. I don't know what you want me to say.
What if I were to tell you this week 11? What would you say?
I would say I thought it was week 12, which is crazy. Well, because I think once this game's over, then it technically will be week 12 for the Eagles. Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. We are going like,
dude, this season is flying by. We probably say it every year, but I really do think this season has flown by more than any other year.
I agree. I can't believe it's about to be week 12, but let's get to week 11 first. And look, it's the Thursday night game. Let's just pick it. Let's just do it. Why not? We haven't really talked about it.
We pick them all.
Eagles, Commanders, the Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Good point.
Eagles, a 3.5-point favorite at home and is not.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
mean, look, if you want to talk from a strictly gambling perspective, I
don't
think the half point is like crazy to pick Washington.
So this is one where I'm taking the Eagles. I think they cover. I think they win. But like, if they won by 3, I wouldn't be like floored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just bet the money line.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I would bet the money line here.
But I think they're going to win.
Which is what we should have done on our parlay last
Now,
week.
here's one thing I would just put out there. This is like going to age poorly because we'll probably find out later today I'm wrong. I'm like a little worried about Devontae not playing. It's just weird to me.
So from yesterday, let's flip that around. It does look like Mailata is going to play.
I think Mailata will play.
Right? We both have
I think
changed
Mailata
yesterday.
will
We
play.
both said we didn't think he would. Now it's like with them open up the roster spot with Jack Stoll.
Yeah.
Like full
But I
participant.
think we said we maybe wouldn't play.
But we also said if we had to bet, we didn't think he would play, right? I think he's definitely playing.
I think he's playing.
Yeah.
The Devontae thing's a little weird.
So what's going on? Talk to me.
Well, he's been a limited participant 2 days in a row with a hamstring injury. He was on with the injury report last week. And this is probably where I'm reading too much into it, but he wasn't anywhere to be seen in the locker room yesterday, which is not usually a good thing with a player. I think he'll probably play, but my antennas are up a little bit on it.
All right, well, that's good to know. Look, it could open things up for the Jahan Dotson revenge game we're all waiting for.
Point.
You know, I mean, this is the moment.
Well, it was funny yesterday. Jalen was asked at his presser, like AJ played the Titans and had a huge game. Saquon played the Giants. It was basically, you think you'll go 3 for 3? And Jalen's head, I could just picture him thinking like, bro, this isn't the same thing.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, like I wouldn't call the Jahan Dotson revenge game the same as Saquon and AJ.
No, certainly not Saquon of all things. I mean, that was like as publicized the breakup.
But here's what I would say. I've said it, but just to repeat it on the pick. I really think they're about to play well. Like I feel pretty confident they're going to show up. Like maybe they lose because Washington just plays better, but I'd be pretty surprised if they had a bad showing.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think, it's a good week. We got this, we got another couple games that are fun. Like not a lot of games are bad, but there's some good ones this week. So
it's just a lot of bad teams this year.
That's what it is. And that's why, and I was saying this on the
rough year to want to get the number 1 pick.
I think this is yes. And also I do think that's why I think a lot of Eagles fans have been hesitant, especially with Jalen. The team, it feels like people are starting to buy in, but with Jalen to be like there still feels like there's a lot of Eagles fans are like, he's not really playing that good.
Yeah.
But they're winning. But quarterback play is way down, man. I mean, if you look like whether you're like QBR or QB rating, Jalen's 5th in QB rating and 8th in QBR or 5th and 8th and whatever. Like he has played really well comparative to what other.
You know what I would love to get the answer to?
He's 4th in MVP, by the way.
Yeah, no, right. You know what I would love
on this show?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to win it.
I'm just saying, I bet on him at plus 2,000.
No, look, good odds reading.
It's a good bet. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to win, but those are our favorite kind of bets.
Right. I think but I mean, look, like the favorite right now won it last year. I mean, they don't give it back-to-back years. So.
What I would love to get an answer for is if every GM in the league, like those are drafting of quarterbacks without taking rosters. I would just love to see where Jalen goes.
I agree.
You could convince me he goes 8. You could convince me he goes 20. Like I just have no idea where he would go. Like, does Trevor Lawrence go ahead of him? I don't think so, but wouldn't shock me.
I know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's a weird one. All right. Let's get to Sunday. Good one to start us off at 1:00 on Sunday. The Ravens at the Steelers.
Yeah, it is
fun game. Another kind of a flip. The Eagles 7-2 versus Washington 7-3.
Well, it'll be nice too.
7-2 versus 7-3 as well.
We can all just lay on the couch and watch.
Oh, buddy, tell me about it.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
Yeah, it'll be
so happy.
All right, guessing the line here. It's in Pittsburgh. I'm gonna go Ravens -2.
3.
Oh,
so close.
Yeah,
so close.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Ravens. Woo. All right, I'll take the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Ravens here.
Damn it. Okay.
I just think that I love what the Steelers have done
in Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson's playing
I've been
well,
in on them, but they just came off a huge win against Washington, and Baltimore did have a big win, but they had the extra time from Thursday night.
I'd be curious to know Tomlin's record against Baltimore.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
maybe we have a producer who could look that up while we're doing the podcast.
Did
you miss it? He wasn't listening.
Yeah, what am I looking up?
Mike
Tomlin's record against Baltimore, and maybe try to get like 5 years too. He's been there for like 15 years.
All right, I'm reining in with too much effort.
Well, it's not.
Right? You know, we got him to do something. It's good.
Okay.
All right. So I'm taking the Ravens. You're taking the Steelers. So here you go.
I know. Some
comeback becomes now.
Yeah.
I know. As soon as I shouldn't even talk that. When I did it's all bad. I was like, I'm gonna get screwed by this. Karma.
Yeah.
Like, so you're gonna have a good week.
I don't know. It seems like I've probably just been copying your pick. To be honest, if we go off the other years, the 1 week we went different. I did poorly. We'll see.
Browns or Saints at Saints.
Oh God,
I know.
Saints -4.5.
1.
Wow.
It's a weird.
I guess I'll take the Saints.
I will too.
I thought it was gonna be 4.5.
Yeah. Look, Saints. By the way, that was one of my wins last week. New coach theory.
Yeah.
Saints
good point.
With this Rizzy. There's actually a coach named Rizzy.
Wow.
Got a lot
Big
of
for the
Riz up
Rizzler.
in there.
Big for the Rizzler.
What do you think about the Rizzler thing?
What do you think I think about the
You
Rizzler
love it,
thing?
don't
I
you?
love the Rizzler.
I knew you do.
Yeah,
So
what do you
true.
come on.
So
I think Bring the Boom is like a top 5 song of the year. I think if another artist put that out, we would all acknowledge it's a great song.
so
You're telling me the hook isn't crazy? Like, we bring the boom. Like, I said this on middays or afternoons. I'm sure you didn't hear it. I think
No, I
if you used AI and put like Ice Cube's voice over that, you told me it was from like the 90s, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's a classic song. Not lyrically. Like, I
You
know the
would say
rap's
that.
not great.
You would say that.
But the hook is great.
So I have no problem with it in general. I have my own issue with it. The guy, like whatever his
The
name,
dad.
the dad
I don't-
he's not the dad, is he? The guy who's
Yeah,
in the
they're a
videos?
family.
I know they're family. I thought he was like he's actually their dad.
Well, I don't know if he's like their biological dad, but I
thought
know.
he was like an older brother or like an
So,
uncle or something.
I know 3 of them. The dad,
The guy,
Big-
the Rizzler,
and then there's the middle brother guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Who I think is maybe Big AJ.
I
or
don't know.
Justice.
Big 8, that sounds familiar. Either way, the guy, the dad, whatever he is, he looks exactly like a friend of mine from college.
Wow.
Like he looks
Like how your friend currently looks.
I don't know.
Because
What my
this
friend
dude's
currently
got to
looks
be like 50.
yeah, no,
Well,
but,
actually,
no, but I
yeah.
mean, like I saw my friend a few years ago. We're not
Right,
anymore,
right.
but I've seen, but like how he's always looked. Like he
Yeah,
just looks
yeah.
like he exactly.
What if
like,
it's him?
It's not. I know him well enough to know that it's not.
That would be
Joey.
crazy.
You know, it would be. It's wild. So it always
It is
throws me off
wild,
every
yeah.
time I see him. I'm like, oh, Joey. Not Joey.
Joey, I feel like, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see a picture one day.
I will. I'll
Yeah.
show it to you. Yes. All right, let's keep it rolling. Packers at the Bears. By the way,
but yeah,
no.
dude,
How does Matt Eberflus have
it's
a job?
absurd.
It
Like,
is absurd. They
taking the off.
OC.
It's like what a
What an embarrassment.
rearranging the
Especially 'cause,
chairs.
like, you've been bad forever under this guy, and you just brought the OC in or whatever. Essentially,
I think one of the locks of the century is Cliff Kingsbury is going to be their coach.
Oh,
this
that's a
year.
really good one.
Like, I think it's. I mean, he knows Caleb Williams. He's going to want a head coaching job.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job in what. Like, I don't see how it's anybody unless Ben Johnson wants the job.
yeah. Well, I think it could be someone like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Cliff checks every box Ben
it
Johnson
could be like
does in a way.
Vrabel. It could be one of.
Oh,
Like, who
I
knows?
hope not. They need an offensive guy there.
Dude.
I know not to. I know.
Leader
I get that. I get that.
of men.
I get that. But we're talking about specifically.
Leader.
Oh, look, that's fair.
Of men.
That's fair. Vrabel's. I'm in on
Yeah,
Vrabel,
thank you.
but I would hire
Fine.
Kingsbury if I were them.
All right.
But
So what'd you guess for the line?
I'm gonna go Packers minus 6.5.
If only you had not said half.
6.
Yeah.
All right. Still feels like a win.
Good. It was a win.
In Chicago,
In Chicago.
I'm gonna take the Bears with the points.
Wow.
Well, a new OC. I'm probably overestimating that. Divisional game.
Yeah,
No, I'm gonna take the Packers.
I'm definitely taking.
Yeah.
Coming off a
The
bye.
Bears haven't scored a
I
touchdown.
think LaFleur is going to
Like,
coach circles
Yeah.
around those guys. Love had some time to heal up.
I just love to know the logic of not firing him. I guess you just what's the point?
I think my only guess is that they've never done it. And that was a big
Yeah.
story this week in the 104-year history, or whatever it is of the Bears. They've never fired a
right,
coach.
but he's
in
clearly
season.
going to be fired.
So my
after the year.
guess is that they've just never done it. All right. Let's keep it. I do know all my my buddy Justin, who I'm talking about, be a Justin on the show before. I
Right.
told all his buddies,
Yep.
says in the bud. He is very out of it. So it seems like the entire city.
Good
is
take by
out of- yeah,
good
you
take
nailed
by
that one.
Matt, Yeah.
All right. Colts at Jets. Ew.
Colts at Jets. Dude, the Jets being bad is so
So funny. By the way, that was
Yeah.
as soon as we did the pod last week and I picked the Jets because of the line, I was like, that was dumb. I should have
The
picked
Cardinals are
Arizona.
good.
Arizona's down.
Yeah.
All right. JJ.
All right, so say it again.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah,
Pew,
yeah.
pew, pew,
I-
pew, pew,
Dude, I've
pew.
always said he's a
Pew,
yeah,
pew, pew.
yeah. He's a great coach. It was Colts at Jets. You said
Colts at Jets.
in New York, obviously that part.
That would be the act.
Yeah, that'd be that part. Jets minus 3.
Jets -4. I'm really impressed with you.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have assumed.
I don't even know
Jets
what
would be
this feels like they don't know what to do with
I
it.
mean, like
Just
I'm
makes
definitely
sense.
taking the Colts +4 here. Like,
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
I think the Jets might have quit for the season.
They
Like,
might, but the Colts blow.
the Colts at least fight. Like the Jets lost 31-6 to the Cardinals, but I don't know. Take the
No, I mean, I'm gonna take the Jets. I know
Good,
it's dumb.
good.
I know I'm gonna
I like
lose on
that.
it. But like in New York, the Colts, Flack.
I think the Jets are cooked.
I think they're both cooked.
they're playing for pride now.
Yeah.
The Colts aren't out of it. The Colts are still fighting for a division.
Yeah, I just don't think they're
They're like a
really
game and a
fighting.
half back.
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
yeah. All right,
Flacco's
I'm gonna
still
be
playing.
wrong about this one.
Yeah,
Whatever.
probably.
Yeah. Sorry.
Here we go. We got a big boy line coming up here. The Jaguars at the Lions.
Wow. Okay. Well, Yeah. I mean, I'm 14.
13.
Yeah. yeah. In Detroit.
In Detroit.
I guess I'll take the Lions. I think they're gonna bounce back. The Jags blow. Are they? Is Trevor
They
Lawrence
do,
playing?
but the Jags fight, right? Like the Jags. So if it weren't Mac Jones, it doesn't look like Lawrence is gonna play out.
Right.
So if it weren't Mac
I
Jones,
think the Lions are gonna come out and be like, okay.
I think because the Lions
settle the
almost
ship here,
lost
like-
last week.
Yeah,
I just think it's human nature to take your foot off the gas against a team like the Jaguars. You watch them on tape,
but the
they're like,
Lions
"This
blow
team
people
stinks."
out too.
Look, I'm going to take the Lions here.
Right,
I'm just
same.
saying I don't feel amazing about it. It's not a parlay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Rams at the Patriots.
Rams at the Patriots.
Rams. That was a tough loss.
That was.
That was a disappointing loss.
Rams -5.
Yes.
Look at I'm doing good this week. I don't think I've been severely off on any of them.
You've been kicking ass.
Yeah.
Dude. No, you have not been like way off on a line.
Yeah.
This is actually maybe your best week.
Yeah, I was gonna
ever.
say I think it has been.
Up there.
Yeah. I'll take the Rams. Well, in New England.
Frisky Patriots.
Yeah, frisky
Coming
Patriots.
Off a win.
Nah, I'm gonna take the Rams.
I'm too.
Yeah.
I think the Rams will bounce back after losing the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But again, like the Patriots are frisky. And I think that 5-point line shows like they don't really know what to do with this.
Yeah.
My gut was to take the Patriots. I'm going to take the Rams and go against my gut. That'll probably come back to bite me. All right. Raiders at the Dolphins. Ew.
Dolphins -5.
7.5.
All right, I got cocky. I'll take Miami. I don't feel good about this one though.
I'm going to take the points, I think.
Yeah, no, it's a fine bet.
It's not. It's the Raiders at 1:00 on the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, Dolphins
It's
coming
just
off
'cause
a win.
the
Like
Raiders are coming off a bye, so I think they keep it close. They've been a little frisky. I hate this, but I'll take the Raiders. All right, Vikings at the Texans, or excuse me, the Titans. Our last 1:00.
Vikings -9.
6.
I think still a good read on it, but
yeah, I think so too.
I'll take the Vikings.
I will too. They disappointed us last week in the parlay.
Yeah,
They had so many chances
I know.
to cover that line against
I
the
know,
Jags,
I know.
and they won by 5 instead of 6. It was like I wanted to punch them in the face.
Yeah,
They had so many.
the Vikings
chances.
might be a no more in the parlay team.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think the Vikings are a just above average team.
I would
know?
welcome a trip to
Yeah.
Minnesota
Oh
in the
my God,
playoffs
are you
if I
kidding
was the Eagles. I would welcome that. Yeah.
Me too. All right.
Would you rather play the Vikings in Minnesota or the Niners at home?
Vikings in Minnesota.
Same.
I agree.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't see how that shakes out that way.
I'll
'cause the
say
Eagles are
this.
The Vikings probably won't have a home game.
Right. The Niners, I don't think I think
The
they.
Niners are the scariest team.
I would
after the
have-
Lions, just because they're the Niners.
Well, yeah, I would have no interest in the Niners coming to the.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah,
saying
right.
after what you're saying, like
And they would not
the
be afraid
Lions
of
are
coming.
the
here.
only team in the NFC I want to play less than I want to play the Niners. I think it's the best wherever the game is. Like,
Would
whether
you rather
here,
do Packers in Green Bay?
I would rather play anyone but the Lions and Niners. The Lions because I just think they're the best, and the Niners because freaking Niners.
Yeah, the Packers in Green Bay or Niners
It's
thing would be
not
tough for me.
awesome.
But I think I'd probably.
I would rather go to Green Bay than play
I
the
think
Niners.
you're probably right about
Like,
that.
especially after last year. I can't.
Although it
have
would be
Niners here.
dumb cold there.
And it would be fun to beat the Niners, obviously.
Yeah,
it's the risk reward.
I think
of
you're
it.
right. Ultimately, the way like the Niners beating them feels like it would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Before you get the 4 o'clock, you're listening to this. We're going through every game. Download the Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app. What a lineup. We keep telling you about it.
It is
So,
a dope lineup.
dope lineup.
Yeah.
And then in addition
Be a
to
fun
that,
party.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
How about that?
A lot of sports talk would be happening.
Yeah, like, hey, Mike, quick, can I ask you a question? Hey,
Mark Zumoff, get over here.
Zoom, can you just give me a little
Rob
garbage,
Ellis.
garbage into
Rob,
gold?
you could really ask about anything.
Joe Conklin, do some voices.
It's a good point.
Do some
He would really
voices for
make the
me.
party.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
this is just it's an unbelievable.
We'd both be too drunk. It would be fun.
It'd be great. I would hug everyone
You would-
there. They'd be
lots
like,
of hugs,
Get off
yeah.
me. Jody Mack could tell you stories of his
Yeah.
days in the radio. That's the beautiful thing. It's amazing. And of course, us. We're a part of that lineup. The Bet Parks lineup. You can bet on everything. You bet on all the football games. Bet on obviously the Birds tomorrow night. Big one. Get in your bets early. Of
It's gonna
course,
be cold tomorrow.
going to be cold. Going to be.
Yeah.
You know what's going to be?
Scarf season.
Ellie, you know
Football
what's
weather.
it's going to be football tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night is football.
Yeah, I
It's
agree with that.
NFC East
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah, I agree with
I'm
that.
getting fired up. I got to
Yeah.
do this read. I got to get through this. In addition to the games, you can bet on more than the score. You bet touchdowns, rushing yards, passing yards, sacks, interceptions, all the good stuff. Plus, bet on all the games with us. We'll give out the parlay at the end, which again we have won an obnoxiously good rate out this season.
Yeah,
So
I think we're
stick
gonna
with us
hit
for
it
that.
this week,
I feel-
even though we hate all the lines.
I know. I feel good. I feel good.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, you're watching these games. You're hanging out, especially like Elliot mentioned, a Sunday where you're just watching and betting.
Oh, dude, I
big
can't
betting.
wait.
You could also play casino games right in the palm of your hand. Blackjack, roulette,
Baccarat.
and so much more.
I need a Baccarat hoodie.
We got to get you a
The
Baccarat
funniest thing
hoodie.
about Baccarat is I cannot begin to explain.
Oh,
to you.
I know.
Like, is there dice?
I was
Like,
about to say, you
I
have
know
no
nothing
idea.
about it. Yeah.
We'll learn.
Yeah.
So you get- but again, see, here's the way you can learn. Open up your phone, play it on your phone. How about that? You didn't even think about that. That's the beautiful thing about the Bet Parks app. And here's a great deal. New users, listen to this. If you sign up now, you get up to $1,000. Yes, $1,000 of casino bonus back. If you're down in your first 20
might be a lot in Baccarat. I don't know.
It probably would be. It feels like it'd be a lot in anything.
Yeah.
You can play Baccarat with that $1,000 casino bonus again if you're down the first 24 hours. Casino bonus must be wagered. All the terms and conditions at betparks.com. You must see 21 in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, 4 o'clockers. Falcons at the Broncos. Kind of a good game. Like an okay game.
You're talking yourself into that.
Look, how about this?
Falcons at the Broncos.
How about this? How about this?
Is it a Super Bowl from...
This is a game between two teams that are currently in the playoffs. How about that?
The Broncos are in the playoffs?
Broncos are the 7th seed. Yeah, the Broncos have a winning record. The Broncos are like 5-4 or something like that. Yeah.
There are definitely
Maybe
some
they're
teams.
5-5, but they are the set right now. The Broncos are, I believe, I could be spreading misinformation, but I'm almost positive the Broncos are the 7th seed right now. Let me check.
I'm going to go Falcons -3.
Yeah, the Broncos are the 7th seed.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, 5-5. So, yeah, but you know who's right behind them?
The Colts.
Told you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, what was your
Talk
guess?
about two teams that are just wasting their time.
Bo Nix is not going into Buffalo to win a playoff game or whatever.
I was thinking about the Sirianni coaching tree, and I think Steichen being good is something we need to root.
I like this.
You know what I mean? Like Gannon already is.
We as in Sirianni
Island.
Island.
Sirianni Island needs to be pulling for the Colts.
I love it.
Yeah.
So you said what?
I said Falcons -3.
Broncos -2.
Wow. Okay, this is my first way off one. I mean, I guess I'll take the Broncos.
I'm definitely
that feels
taking the
like
Broncos.
a Vegas
I just
line.
think they're better.
Should we
at
take
home.
that one too? Like a parlay game?
Yeah, I kind of feel like I feel pretty good about the
Atlanta.
Broncos.
Doesn't seem like they travel to Denver well.
Yeah, Atlanta's a soft.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a parlay game.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. All right.
That's our first one we have. So.
Seahawks at Niners. There are a couple others. Right? I think
Classic.
we both like the Ravens a lot. But
Yeah.
You're right. Seahawks and Niners.
A classic fake rivalry football game. Seahawks at the Niners. Niners -4.
6.5.
Ooh.
Thinking about it.
I am.
I'm thinking about it.
DK
I'm
playing?
thinking
Yeah.
Is DK Metcalf playing?
I don't know if the line would be impacted much by him, so it's hard to say off of that.
No, but my opinion is.
No, I know, but I'm saying I'm trying to dictate if the line is telling us he's playing. I feel like it's kind of a Niners line.
I do too.
Right?
DK Metcalf. Nope. Hold on.
By the way, did you find out the Mike Tomlin thing?
Yeah, I was wondering, but
I did see the Steelers are 7-1 against the Ravens.
Thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I took the Steelers, didn't I? Didn't I take the Steelers?
You did.
Okay,
oh,
good.
I feel way worse about my pick now. Oh God.
I think Mike Tomlin's a better coach than Jim Harbaugh. Or John,
Um,
whichever one it is.
I think they're very similarly good.
Yeah, but I think I would definitely take Mike Tomlin.
DK. It looks like DK was expected to practice yesterday. It's the
right.
recent update, I think.
I'm gonna take the Niners either way. I think.
Hold on. I'm gonna make my decision based on DK. Hold on.
Feels like a losing strategy.
Hold on. All right, I'll take the Niners. All right, let's keep rolling.
There we go.
Game of the week. Thursday night Eagles
Thursday's the
Washington.
game of the week.
It's not though. Like it is for us. It's
All right,
close
well, I'm
to
excited
the
to hear
game
what
of the
this
week.
game is.
But I would have to say that the Chiefs at the Bills, the two best records.
Oh yeah, that
football,
probably
the
is
Lions,
game
probably
of the week,
the best game.
Man, I can't wait to see how the Bills lose this one.
I know.
yeah, like it's gonna be pretty epic.
Well, we've got the classic action involved here. Go ahead.
All right,
Don't give it away too much.
Chiefs -1.
No. Classic action as in Pat Mahomes is an underdog.
That's it. Oh man, that's what I
12-1.
meant to do.
The Bills are -2 at home against the Chiefs.
I think I'm gonna take the Bills.
So here's where I'm at. I feel like the Chiefs are going to lose, right? Like they're undefeated, like they're good, and I think this is the spot. Like I believe in this Bills team. They're good.
Yeah.
But like
it also feels like a very classic. The Bills will beat them now, and then the Chiefs will beat them in the playoffs.
Agree, but it also feels like really dumb to bet against Patrick Mahomes as an underdog.
I agree with that.
I feel like it's like almost like an auto.
I'm taking
bet.
the Bills. I'm not being talked out of it. I agree it's dumb, but like
So that's what I'm trying to struggle with. Like my gut, I want to bet the Bills. My heart, my gut says the Bills. My head is saying, what the bleep are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, stop listening to your dumb gut. Patrick Mahomes is an underdog.
All right, fine. I'll take.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm not saying that. I'll go with you on the Bills. Let's go with our initial.
Let's not parlay it, though.
We're gonna stick with the Bills. We're gonna do this one together, even though
All
we're
right.
against each other. This is.
I'd prefer that, to be honest.
I need your help with.
Yeah.
Right,
well, I don't want to be watching the Chiefs win. No,
you're bringing me along.
Yeah.
We're gonna take the Bills, and then we'll make fun of ourselves and Patrick Mahomes.
I just think. I bet a lot of the public money is on the Chiefs.
I think so too. Look, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sunday Night Football. It's kind of a fun game, actually. I like this one. Bengals at the Chargers. Interesting game.
Chargers better than I think.
Chargers 6-3, buddy.
Yeah, which is crazy. I saw something like a tweet that last year they won 5 games with almost the exact same record.
And I will say,
they don't have Keenan Allen,
they just have good coaching. Like it's such an example of coaching matters. Like Jim Harbaugh's a damn good coach.
Yeah, he is,
and he's just kind of changed the culture there. And
he's one of like. I have a question for you.
And not just that, though, they like win. Like they beat the crap out of teams when they're supposed to. They won like 17 last week. They won by like 20 the week before. They're pretty good.
So Nick Sirianni is currently second in winning percentage among active head coaches. Harbaugh is ahead of him. Do you think the Harbaugh 49ers days should count, considering how long ago it was?
Of course it does.
Okay, no, I think it probably should. I just think it just feels like two different. Right. Right.
Yeah, it just. I mean, we count Andy Reid's
but Andy never stopped.
No, but that's the point. Then wouldn't it be only fair to say, all right, let's just count Andy's 4 years when Nick was in the league because that's apples to apples. You can't do that.
You could, you could if you wanted to do it like sense
of the 4 years. But the point is, if you just want to say highest winning percentage for coaches, you have to include everything.
No, look, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
I just think it's an interesting question. Like,
I get it. I think it has to count.
It was like forever ago.
No, I get it. I get it. All right.
So it also helps my stat if I don't count it.
Too bad.
I just can't get there. I'm going to count it.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah,
I don't want to. Yeah,
I
am. Who's it at Chargers again? I'm sorry. Bengals.
Good
okay.
Game.
Yeah, it is a good game. Chargers -2. I have no
1.5.
Oh, well, there we go. All right, there we go.
Hey, you're on fire this week.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
I'm gonna take the Bengals.
Yeah.
Season on the line. If they fall to 4-7, it's gonna be really hard.
I didn't think about that.
Long week. They're coming off the Thursday night
like
game.
A Chargers. Like
I agree. I like the Chargers. I just talked about that, but this just feels like who needs it more?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Bengals coming off a brutal loss to the Ravens. I'm gonna ride with the Bengals.
Bengals find ways to lose.
You're right. I don't feel good about this at all. All right, last one. The battle for Texas. Texans at the Cowboys. Cowboys in prime time.
Wow.
Let's go.
The Texans are a weird team, man.
I know. Well, they have a lot of injuries too.
Yeah, they're not as good as I want them to be.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
like we talked about, and I said this coming in, and I still love CJ Stroud.
I know. Yeah, he's taking a step back.
It.
Yeah.
I was like, same thing with Jordan Love. Everyone's like, oh, he's the best quarterback in the world. I'm like, dude, we just did this with Jalen.
Yeah, you're right.
We just
no,
did
it's
in
a
the
good
Super
point
Bowl.
by you.
Best quarterback in the world is Jalen Hurts, and it's like, oh, maybe he's not. You know
I'm
what I mean?
also firmly in the camp that I believe in Jalen more now than I did in 2020.
Love it. So that's a bold take.
Well, I just think to your point, we've seen him survive and get out of it. Like, oh man, Texans -7.5. Is that right?
Oh, what a week!
Look at that! Look at that!
It's like really great.
Yeah.
Right.
What a way to end it. Right on the nose, 7.5.
On the nose.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, you had a week.
Yeah, I did.
Great.
I'll probably get 3 and I would like this as a parlay game, actually.
Texans?
Yeah.
Me too.
A lot of points, but
I think Dallas is. Talk about teams.
Yeah, and it's in
out.
Houston. Houston needs a good win.
Yeah, Houston coming off a brutal loss.
Yeah.
If you lose that game on Sunday night.
Yeah, I'm in on Texans.
I am too.
Money.
All right, so we like the Texans, and the other one we liked was the Broncos. Are our two so far.
Yeah.
What a weird parlay this.
I'd be in on the Chargers, but I know you're not.
No, I'm not. But Ravens.
What was that? No,
you looked
I like
Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
That was what it was.
In the 7-1
Saints.
thing.
We both like the Saints at home against the Browns. That's pretty ugly. We like
That
the
is
Packers
really
against
ugly.
the Bears a lot.
What was that line?
The Packers against the Bears was 6.
This is a lot of work, but I wonder if we move them all to -3.
I mean, we could just do a money line parlay.
Yeah, but that's not gonna. Well, honestly, after last week, let's just get away.
So if we did Packers money line, if we did, hold on, scrolling, Broncos, because that's only -132. The Broncos money line.
Okay,
and then Texans money line. We could, so it's +202, but we could also do the Texans line.
It's +202. You're saying no, you can't do the money line and the line, can you.
No, I'm saying do the Texans line.
Oh,
and
yeah, I
money
get what
line
you're
for
saying.
the other two because the Texans one's the one we feel the best about.
Do you want to drop it to 6.5?
We could. Hold on.
Or I mean, we might as well.
Hold on.
Yeah, this is a nice part about the alternate lines. Gives you a little peace of mind. A
Yeah.
little peace of mind.
Hold on.
So while we're at it, this morning I
Mhm.
accidentally ordered the wrong coffee, and
Oh
it
yeah,
just-
it was one of the
it's
first things you
embarrassing.
said to me when I saw you.
yeah, it looks like I'm carrying like a 4-year-old's like, and also I have like the shirt I have on. I just feel like it's not a good look for me today. I like the shirt, but the combination of this with the blue straw coffee makes me feel like I'm like a 12-year-old at like coming out of private school. It's a little
Yeah.
thought I wanted to share.
I'm really happy.
Would you agree
about
with that, Tucker?
Yeah, a little bit.
Right. It kind of has that vibe, right?
Like, what is that? What kind of coffee is
So
that?
it was an iced coffee blended, which means they've essentially made it. Let's just do the 7.5. They've essentially made it into
It's not a big difference
Yeah,
when you move it
yeah,
down.
yeah.
It's not enough. I think we just stick with the 7. I feel good about the 7.5 too. I think they're gonna whoop on them.
There's something about the lid of this coffee that makes it feel childish.
Looks like a slushie.
Yeah, it looks like a slushie.
I get what you're saying with that. I think that's a fair point.
Yeah.
It does look like a slushie.
And so I got this shirt I have on in Maine. And so I just feel like I'm like looking like a little frat bro.
You kind of
girl.
do.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, you got the boots.
Yeah. It's not.
You look like you're in like an LL Bean ad. or
Yes,
something.
exactly. But like in like
Right?
in
Yeah.
like a douchey
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
way though.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not like a
Well, that went without saying.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right, so plus 357. Packers
Um,
money line, Broncos money line, Houston -7.
plus 357.
Yeah,
Oh, I like that.
that's good.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
we're
in
going
on that.
All right. Final thoughts.
So I'm taking my first boxing class tonight.
You're doing
Yeah.
what? Hold on.
Speaking of little douchey things, yeah. I could not be more nervous. Like I just know.
No, wait, hold up. Is this
I'm
like
gonna
at
look.
the gym? Is this like a gym
Yeah,
class?
so it's not like I'm not getting in a ring, like, but like
It's like boxing is a workout.
correct. So it's not a true boxing class, but I think I'm gonna like embarrass myself to the
This is so great.
degree. It's gonna be so embarrassing, right? They're gonna be like, punch the bag. I'm gonna be like,
Oh,
I
so
just there's
great.
no muscle here. There's no danger. Like I just
So why'd you do it?
I think it'll be a good workout.
Okay.
And I want to try it, but I just know it's not going to go well. I can tell already 5 minutes into the class, I'm going to be like, man, this is embarrassing.
Okay.
So I'll let you guys know how it goes, but it's not going to go well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
let you
you'll
guys
definitely
know.
have to let us know how it goes. I will do. So I have a kind of a dumb final thought, and then I'll give a Zoeism too.
All right.
But I was talking about some of our recent final thoughts. I had a movie conversation with my buddies Andrew and my brother Peter, and we're talking about movies, and I brought up something that I'd use if and I'll go into my final thoughts, and I'll like find the
Right.
thing I had said, and I was going through, and I just like we've done a lot of final thoughts.
We really have.
Like I was going through, I can't believe how many things I have in this.
It's
notes
actually
app. I was like,
impressive how many.
yeah.
I mean, I probably have 100+ in here.
Like,
I would think if
do-
I went
it's
and
like
count.
the thing
Yours
goes
are
and
longer than
goes
mine.
and goes and goes and I'm still scrolling. This
Yeah,
whole time.
you've-
Still scrolling. That's it.
You've tracked longer than me, but like still pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it would be a dope product, a book of final thoughts.
Oh,
I know it's not an original idea, but
No,
like
it's
a
like
Go
that, yeah.
Birds, like or a shirt with like Go Birds on the front and then a list of the final thoughts on the back.
This is great.
If we were a pod that did that type of thing,
Yeah,
that would
we,
be a
yeah,
really
we had a
good-
producer who actually did stuff for us. You know,
Where you at, Tucker?
I'm loving this just Rip Tucker bit. Tucker is a great producer. I'm just messing around. It's just a
Little
joke.
shots left and right.
Zoe's class is studying bats.
Interesting.
The flying mammal.
I'm just wondering, like, how much is there to study there?
Apparently a lot, because that's the funny thing is Zoe will just randomly will be hanging out, just go bat fact, and then she'll tell me a fact.
I do
about
like
bats.
that.
I have bat fact all the
Can
time.
you name
now.
one?
Yeah. Did they echolocate? It's so cute when she says bats can echolocate. It's like she can
You know
barely say
what's
their-
funny?
And then she tells me so that they can protect themselves, get out of the way. She'll tell me
Right.
about how they find prey. She told me about the I guess this white nose disease is the worst disease that happens to bats. She told me about the biggest type of bat is some bat called a fox, some sort of fox.
It's funny
She
to
told me about the
picture.
most common bat is brown bats. Like I'm telling you, like I get bat facts.
So
like,
two
and
things.
she always yells bat fact. It's
bat fact thing is
hilarious.
funny.
It's so great.
Two things. One, it's funny to picture one bat going to another bat, like, oh, you got the white nose one. You know, like. But the other thing is, it's funny that when you're in school, you're like, oh, I can't believe I have to go do this. Like, what a waste of like. I wanted just the day to be over. But think of how crazy it is.
I wish I could
Zoe
go just
goes
learn
somewhere
it.
every day,
Yeah.
and it's like today we're learning about bats. It's like let's do it.
Let's
Like, you know, like
we
right.
have to work until I get to just learn
right.
about
Because on
bats.
one hand,
Sounds
I'm like, what's the
amazing.
point of her learning about bats?
Yeah.
Like just on a basic level, right? But on the other hand, like what a fun thing.
Yeah.
Just goes
Well,
into
I think
she
it's
gets
also
to bring
you can learn
food.
about
Like
other things.
no, I
through
know,
yeah,
but
yeah.
knowing about bats isn't like a useful piece of information. Other than it's just good to be well rounded.
You're not around for the bat facts, buddy.
Well, look,
You're
it'll be a
missing
great.
out on all these useful.
It'll be a great
information.
party trick.
Yes.
Bat facts. Yeah.
Anyway, it's hilarious. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. All right. Tomorrow night.
Yes.
This is going up Thursday morning, or is it tonight? Is it going up tomorrow or today?
It'll be up before the game.
Maybe tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tonight.
Yeah. yeah.
Game night. As soon as the game ends, the moment the whistle blows, we will be live.
Yes,
11:30,
on
midnight,
YouTube.
whatever it is, on the WIP YouTube channel. Check us out. Reacting to the game. Of course, the pod will be up after, and then our normal show on Saturday. Reacting to the game. This will be a fun Saturday show. We actually get to react.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
All right. That's about it. Tuck, you're great. Thanks, buddy.
I feel like
Really
we should
is.
maybe have Tucker do final thoughts sometimes. I didn't think about
Oh, Tucker, would you like to chime in with some?
this, but do you have a
final
random
thoughts?
final thought?
I don't have
Not
one
off
prepared.
the
I'll start
fly.
preparing.
Okay,
I'll start
yeah.
my own notes
I like
list.
We won't know, but here's the thing: not every pod.
Yeah,
It's
it'll
like
be
a quick.
Yeah, I like. So you got to be ready.
I got to be ready to go.
I like this. This
Yeah.
is good. Okay,
Okay.
love it. Tucker coming up next week. Tucker's
Yeah,
final thoughts.
maybe
Maybe.
we'll call it a Tucker fact.
What's definitely happening? Tucker fact. What's it like? Bat fact. Tucker
Yeah,
fact.
exactly. Yeah.
What's definitely happening tomorrow night, tonight, whenever the hell you're listening to this? Check us out as soon as the game ends. Until then, he's Item Jam.